All right, this is another one I have to talk out. How do I say it? So if you've been listening to the past few, there was a few ago that I was talking about how some people will introduce fear because they really want to be your hero. They want to be the Jesus of your world so that you praise them and love them and see them. So they're just really stroking their ego. But are they the hero or the villain, since they were the one who caused and introduced the fear to begin with? And I thought, well, God, don't we all want to help, right? It's that need to help, right? It's that itch to serve. And it's like anything, when you're awakened to it, when you have awareness around it, you want to share that awareness with others, thinking you're the only one who woke up to that, right? When you recognize people don't want to hear it, or they've already woken up to it, or this or that, you then will either seek out what are you showing me? It's like that you will then seek out those who, I guess, aren't awakened, but sorry, they're showing me something else. I thought we were going to go somewhere else with this conversation, and I feel like they keep stopping me. Let me see if I can just get back on track for a minute. So that you can feel that need to, I guess, be significant or feel important or feel like you are helping or serving or benefiting others. And so I guess you do want to then be available to those who desire that awareness, to which they have not awoken to. And sorry, they really do keep trying to stop me. I'm not sure why or what they're telling me. I think they're showing me this is when people turn it into products or programs. Which I guess maybe I'm ignoring them to a degree because I'm like, I don't even want to hear that. Only because I have taken so many myself, which I love them. I mean, I take them because I enjoy them, because I love learning, because I love, hearing other people's perspectives and whatnot. And there's, we've talked about this, there's also that fine line. And at some point you have to, step up it and do it yourself versus taking in all the outside. And maybe that's what they're trying to show me right here, like step up and do yourself, but I don't want to do that. And maybe that is my ego. It's like, maybe that's it, part of it, my problem, where it's like been there, done that, seen that, it's been done. And that has always been a problem for me. So maybe that is part of my ego problem. Oh God, I remember it was probably over 20 years ago. I was in a therapy session and we started talking about something, and we were talking about, me discovering what I love and whatnot. And I forget what it even was, but I started to share with her the idea I had come up with that I was so excited about. And she was loving it and encouraging it and this and that. And I think it was like the next session or very shortly after, right? Within a short amount of time, I had seen a very similar, if not almost identical idea in print, I read about it somewhere I think it was even in her office, while I was in the waiting room. And when I went in, I remember having that conversation with her. Something like, I think she might have even started off with wanting to talk more about that. And I said, oh my God, I was so excited until literally in your waiting room, literally right now, before the session, I was sitting reading this article talking about damn near the same thing. And her response was very encouraging. She was very much like, which I can hear now, but I could not hear then. It was something like, oh, there's duplicates on everything out there. Nothing's, she's like, it's going to have your spin on it because it's going to have your essence in it. It's going to have your perspective. It's going to have your viewpoint. It was more or less this is what she was telling me, and more or less I couldn't hear it. I was like, yeah. It's dead to me. It's dead to me. It's done. It's done. I wish I could remember what it was, because it probably was something that was on the, beginning of it being a thing. And that's what it is. The beginning of everything being a thing. There's only a few in the pond. The next thing you know, the pond's oversaturated. But that's what this world is. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think I look at it like a bad thing. And so that's what I'm saying, is that my ego, it's like I want to be original, innovative. I want something new and fresh because I desire and crave that. So I assume there's others out there who also do. And yet maybe others just give way to that reality that no. And they give way to the reality that if you're being authentically you and sharing your art in whatever way, it is going to have your essence. So it is going to have that slice, that flavor, that essence of you shining through. And so it will feel and be enjoyed as such, as fresh, as new, because it's your perspective. And yet, because I tend to step back afterwards, I see the broader stroke or the bigger umbrella, and I'm like, oh, it's under that umbrella. It's not its own umbrella. It's not, do you see what I'm saying? It's not the trendsetter, it's the trend, it's part of the trend. It's getting swept up into and again, here's where it's like, well, that's your ego, because it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's beautiful that we all want to be authentic and have our essence shine through. But it's my ego wanting it to be so fresh and new that it hasn't been seen or done. And what is that serving me? Or is that self-sabotage? In other words, then you're going to miss the gravy boat kind of thing. It's like, do you want to live your life a certain way and be comfortable and then just jump in? But this goes back to the previous conversations of, oh, okay, so then just take advantage of the dead, so to speak, like everybody else. And it's like, well, it's not, they're showing that's the wrong way to look at it. It's not taking advantage of the dead. It's helping the dead wake up. And then when they do, they're no longer dead. So you are the hero in the sense that you woke them up. And now they get to wake up more and so forth. It's like passing the baton. Oh, that's interesting. They're showing it to me backwards, which helps, right? Because, of course, I was seeing it upside down or backwards. So they're essentially showing me how to see it upright. So that is better. That's a nicer way to look at it. I was looking at it like taking advantage of the dead, and they're saying, no, you're helping wake up the dead. And everyone's needed for that. And that's why everyone's authentic self is needed for that. That's why the duplicates, and in that they're not truly, it's not coming from their heart. They're not expressing their heart from truth in their version and form. There are people out there who literally just replicate, and that's they're showing that's like worthless in the sense that's why you can't feel it. Something like this. Sorry, I'm getting stuck between what they're showing me and at the same time trying to talk to you guys, which is different than how I normally do these. And so it's tripping me up a little. Oh, nonetheless, I don't even remember why I came on, but I guess maybe this one's just for me, showing me where I need to flip the script, right, to understand and to get out of my own way and to soothe my own ego, right? Wanting to be more important than I am kind of thing. And that sounds mean, so I don't mean it meanly. I mean it like, get out of your own way. Like, your ego's only hurting you when it is this idea of wanting to be innovative. And that does ask the question, why? Why, right? Is it wanting to be like praised or seen or significant? I think to a degree. And that's why it is coming from the ego in that sense, right? It's want the validation that you put in the effort to come up with something new and fresh versus being a regurgitator, versus being one of the duplicates out there. And then and maybe that's why, okay, and they're showing, because I have attempted to do that time and time again through various avenues and haven't, received the recognition, the praise. And it doesn't even have to be recognition or praise in the sense as that's coming across. I just mean the validation in the confirmation, in the flow. Like there's nothing that has, quote, picked up, so to speak, that, it's almost like then you crave that more, right? Like it's like never that I was set out to do that. But when you're like, well, fuck, does nobody see that I'm working from my heart? I'm making an effort here. I'm whatever. Then it almost pumps that need up more than it's like necessary or even initially desired, right? It wasn't to receive the recognition, but if it can't have the flow or the sustainability, it all of a sudden becomes an awareness that, oh, you're not being recognized, awarded, seen, acknowledged, which then has the mishinge or the false assumption that your heart doesn't matter, your expression doesn't matter, your voice doesn't matter, your thoughts don't. Then it gives my ego then giving it the wrong hinge or meaning because of the lack of recognition, the lack of acknowledgement. And again, it's like that can come across more egotistical than its meaning, even though I'm recognizing and acknowledging it's coming from the ego. Meaning, in other words, people say that recognition or acknowledgement or praise, and I think have a more lofty vision of those words where I don't mean them in those lofty terms. I mean them even in like a one good job would be nice, right? Like just one person patting me on the back would be nice. Like one encouragement or one encouraging, and I'm seeing him getting choked up. So that is the ego. There is a soreness there. Yeah, there's a hurt there. And so that's interesting. So then it's having me push myself more and harder, which can be good, but when you're already at burnt or exhaustion, it's not good. And so it's this idea of, because of the mishinge and the wrong meanings, it then pushes to the impossible. Like, oh, okay, well, you're not going to, your heart doesn't matter, your heart expression, your art, your voice. So you must come up with something innovative, something brand spanking new to feel like your voice matters, your heart matters. Otherwise, nobody gives a fuck. And these are the wrong messages, right? We're all doing this. I don't believe I'm unique to these thoughts or feelings. I think I'm a voice for many in that we all have experienced this to some degree or another. And then we have to recognize what's occurring, whose voice is speaking. Is it then coming from our heart or from our head? Is it coming from our ego and from the swelling, the soreness? Moving forward, right? So it's like we have to address that soreness and let it calm down and relax back into the present moment and to tell ourselves the truth and not have those wrong mishinges and recognize the duality and the two truths and the what can seem contradictory isn't always the case. It's that two opposing thoughts can be true at the same time. It's like we often forget that and we want to have that straight line and that purity and that validation and consistency. And when there isn't that, some of us can get twisted and muddled and stuck in our head trying to balance the scales or justify it or make logic or reason of things that have no logic or reason or can't be, quote, solved. And if we're, some of us are those people who like to solve the puzzle or understand, and we attempt to do something that it's almost like it's not that it's not solvable, it's unnecessary, then we can get ourselves stuck in the unnecessary, wasting that time and energy. And than avoiding, again, the present moment in our real life. Okay, clearly I could go on for days. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.